you will be pushed higher than the student, than the person applying for that same job that says, no, I cannot speak English. You want every advantage you can get. My students are not elementary school, they're middle school. So they're 9th, 8th, and 7th graders, or year 3, year 2, year 1s for middle school here in Taiwan. So yes, they are at that point where they have to get very serious about their direction and understand why things are important. And they're still young enough that they don't really understand. But they're old enough that they understand that they need to do something, that they are expected to do things. Okay. You and your co-teacher. Your Taiwanese co-teacher, Joyce is here. She's one of my co-teachers from Elan Middle School, junior high school. She's awesome. I am so happy. I'm listening to some of these stories, and every single time I'm like, Joyce, I love you. Joyce, I love you more. Joyce, I love you even more. Because we work so well together. But you have to understand that your co-teachers can be your greatest ally and asset. They know the kids like we can't know the kids. They can talk to the kids like we can't talk to the kids, okay? They know the stories the children have yet to tell us and the developmental needs that we are unable to diagnose. They can read the file. This is the hardest time of my life. Why? Because this is the first time where I honestly can't read. I don't know how people go through their lives like this. It's really difficult, but I cannot read, so there's a lot of information that I am automatically cut out. Even if the school provides it to me, it's yeah. That's what I can do. I can make up my own language, trying to read the language. So if you understand, if you have your own mission, and if you understand the relationship aspect, you're part of the school. To fit in, not to make them fit around, then I think the year will go fine. So let's go to the next one. Okay. So number one, I respect everybody in the room. We're all professionals. And I respect everyone's strategies and points of view. So this is my teaching philosophy. So if yours is different, please respect the fact that we are different. So successful teacher collaborations. Consider that your co-teachers have access, what I just said a moment ago, to students' information and procedures that you don't understand or anticipate. This is also cultural, okay? The way we do things in America is not the way things are done here. And as a culture shock, when I first got here, I originally came to Taiwan in 2009, and I was part of the Taoyuan City English Village program, and I was at Wenchang Middle School initially, okay? And I was very, very shocked. I wasn't shocked by Taiwanese lifestyle, Taiwanese food, you know, Taiwanese holidays. But I was just shocked about how the school was run. It was really, really hard for me to just adjust to, what do you mean I can't do this, or I can't have that, or this has to come first, or what? I mean, it was a code switching thing in my head that it took me a few months to really accept. And it was really hard and stressful for me. I was fine living in Taiwan, but it was really hard for me trying to understand how things were going to be done and what was expected of me. And I got that thing, what do I do with the kids? Make them happy. That's not my job. I'm a teacher. Teachers never make children happy. What are you talking about? That was what I got. Make them happy. And the Taiwanese teacher will teach, you make them happy. Okay, so the next one. This is what I want to share with you, how I manage my student, excuse me, how I'm nervous, so I might burp again. It happens when I'm nervous. Just be happy it's coming up. Okay. So, when I'm working in class, I have about 500 students, 7, 8, and 9, and I do give homework in my class. I don't give as much homework as when I first got to the school. I cut it back, but I have to organize my things some kind of way, and I use this. I used this back in USA when I was teaching at an elementary school, and I felt like it would be a good fit. Pretty much a class dojo for middle schoolers. I'll show you later in the presentation. Solitary foreign teachers need to oversee the information for hundreds of students. Classcraft can be used to help those teachers organize and manage your data. In America, my parents would also log into Classcraft, and you can do behavior. Oh no, I hit the wrong button. How do I? So let me put that down. So parents could also log into the app for free, and they had the parents version of it. And like if their children was behaving in class well, I would send a message, such and such just helped someone, and they would get their response in real time. Oh, my child just helped someone. So I also use Classcraft to communicate with my parents. Here, the internet and computers have not yet really become an integral part of daily life. So I don't have that. I think some of my students filed for the parents' account for themselves because they got like a free digital pet if their parents signed up. So they just, you know what, I'm just going to do this for myself so I can get my pet. Okay. So here we have the next one. Find motivators and don't be complacent. Middle school students need balance of information and fun. Learn content-appropriate material that interests them. So I do try to find connections, and also what I've done recently is I've added a cultural component, and it's kind of like a reward. Like if you guys can listen, and we can use our time wisely instead of the, you know, sit down, quiet side, sit down, quiet, quiet, quiet. So we don't have to do that. Then we have enough time at the end of the lesson, and I have a video. If we run out of time and we don't have time for the video, then maybe we can get to it next week. So they really like watching the videos. I like showing the videos. Yes, we started with holidays because everyone expects holidays when it's holiday season. But we also did things like, we also did things like garbage, picking up the garbage. They were like the American garbage truck with the robotic arms. They thought that was so cool. And some of the stuff that we keep going, we have 2 minutes left. It says, talk with your teachers and learn the in-class goals for the content while you may have your own goals within your class. I asked my teachers, just like everyone else, or many people, what do you want me to do at the beginning of the school year? What is my job? What do you expect of me so that at the end of the year you're satisfied and I know what I'm working toward? And the school told me, dialogue. We want you to focus on dialogue. So that's what we do at my school. In my classroom, we read the dialogue, we practice the dialogue, and then I give them an assessment, and they have to create their own dialogues using the sentence patterns from those lessons. The first one didn't go so well, but now they know what to expect. And they know they have to use the current lessons sentence patterns to create their own sentences. And the last time it went much, much better. In fact, students learn better when they're engaged. So why not use this to your advantage while teaching? So this is me over here in the corner, and we have Classcraft up on the back board. We were talking about, in the book, we were talking about someone faking to be someone else. So I taught the kids about catfish. About being catfished. Okay, so I'm going to pop in and show the video. How do you go home? How do you go home? This is a Classcraft game. And in Classcraft, I can open up, it's like a boss battle game. And the teams, each table is set up with teams. They don't work separately. Everyone works together. And they can help each other to answer the questions. And the questions are based on the text from the book. And their answer will take points away from the monster to kill the monster if they get the correct answer. But if they get the answer wrong, then their team takes a hit. And then they have to work together to try to heal each other. Oh no, I didn't get the, that's not fair, I had to use time to just set it up. Can I?
For more, we gotta learn about classes. Okay.
Yeah, I'll stop the video here, because she's looking in her book here to try to find the answer to fight the monster. These are all my classes. I organized them, so the first 2 weeks, I didn't do any homework. I was organizing my data, organizing my grade books, organizing my Classcraft, getting everybody's name correct and in here. This is class 307. Going over to, this is where I keep their homework. You see these are each homework assignments that I expect the children to do when they log in. Here's the introduction, Here's the homework assignment, and they have to upload it here. I do this way because I know I got it. You know, when I was a new teacher, a kid, oh, I gave you that. And then I'd have to spend however much time going through everything trying to find that paper. Teacher, I gave you that. Excuse me, no you didn't, Spencer. Okay, but Spencer did eventually, he turned it in late. That's why he has the red dot. So green is early, black is on time, and red is late. So I know when I got it, and there's no way around it. There's no question that I don't have to spend like 30 to 40 minutes going through my papers looking for it. Here are some of the tools in Classcraft that I wanted to show you. Wheel of Destiny. This is pretty much pulling sticks digitally. I also have the companion app to do this. I can call by individual player or team. So here's Team Bean, and most of my students are able to choose their names. And as they level up in answering questions and getting good grades and participate in class, they get more points, they get higher levels, which means they can buy cooler clothes. Some of my kids, they get into the costuming, and some of them, this is the basic level one. He never changed his. I'm like, change your clothes. It's stinky now. You have to change your clothes. So some of them are doing, and this is a little winter hat. It's like a special thing that comes out for holidays. Some of the tools that I like to use in Classcraft. This is our countdown timer. Okay, you have 5 minutes to work on something. Oh, let's do it again. You have 5 minutes. Oh, yeah, it didn't stop. Just because you go out, it doesn't stop. Let's see if you can hear it. Okay, this is low, but it booms when it starts and it dongs again when it finishes. So everybody, there's no question when the time is up. We need to move on to the next activity. If you have a microphone connected to the computer, I'm just going to put in some things. So you can set a reward. Okay, you can get 225 experience. I'll give you 50 gold. And if you mess up, I'll take away 2. Gonna add a point, so 10 minutes. So what this is going to do is, there's no microphone set up here, but this is a volume meter. So if the kids are talking in the class and you want them to stay at a certain level, you can adjust this. Okay, they can talk a little bit louder, you can move it up here. You need them to stay quiet, or you need them to not talk at all, you can move it here. And if the line passes this one, then it cuts it in half. So one class, they got the full, I think it was 500 points. Another class, they kept boom, boom, boom. They had like 12 points by the end of it because they were, I was like, you see what happened? You did this to each other. So maybe your classmate really wanted the points. So next time, work a little harder. This is the boss battle. This is what you just saw a moment ago where we were asking questions. So here's the monster that they have to try to fight. And I always go by teams, because it's just less stressful for my low levels, and they have to work together and answer questions. So we start, and so Team Love and Peace, you have to answer this one together. So work together, get your answer. Where does the family want to go? Reveal the answer. So they have to say the answer before I do that, and if their answer matches this, the family wants to go to the Igloo ice cream shop. Is this correct? I don't remember. Let's just say it's correct. So they take critical hit, very good. So double points. But let's say they answer wrong, then it will take the points from the end. It's a fun game that we do at the end of this is where they have to work together. Each of them have different roles, like in a video game.
Do they have afros and true clothes they can buy, like all kinds of stuff, or is it stuck in Tolkien?
All of it is kind of fantasy based. I wish they can change their hairstyles. They can change their appearance. They can change their hairstyles. I'm not sure what their choices are. As on the teacher side, I don't have access to the appearance wardrobe, but there's a lot of different choices. And the higher level you get, the more cool it gets. I'll give you an example of like the highest level one. I made one just for games. Do you remember? Was it me? She was our Chinese language teacher. Remember how she made those paper sticks with the colors around them? Well, I did that, and I put them in my Classcraft. So here is the black color. Come on in, load in. Now these are high level, fully geared. So it was not until after I showed the students these high-level fully geared, that they really got into starting to change the clothes. And oh wow, I want to look like that. He's so cool. Look at that. Oh, what's that? Black color. Who is that? What class is that? So here we have blue color, black color, green color, red color, and yellow color. So that was in conjunction with those things. So we do like a musical. I turn the music on, the kids pass the baton like a hot potato, the music stops, the person holding that color stick, I do the random Wheel of Destiny. Okay, the person holding the black color at that team, you have to answer the question. And so they're like, okay, I don't want to, or they go really slow, holding it to the last minute to trap their friend. Okay, I'll stop here because I know I'm like way over time. One last thing that we did dioramas. Okay, look at that. Love it. Bye bye.
Wow, I am so happy to be a part of this workshop. I mean, between Randall, teacher Talya, I've learned so many cool things in this workshop. This is awesome. All right, it is now time for comments. It's time for Professor Mei Ling to give comments. So